Hi, I'm Jenny and I'm 27 years old. 3 years ago, I married Hugo, who is the most wonderful person I've ever met. He's kind and funny, and he makes me feel really good every single day. But there's a bit of a snag. His mom, Maria, isn't exactly my biggest fan. She's always had it in for me ever since we met. I get it though. Hugo is her precious son, and she doesn't want him to get hurt. She's just trying to look out for him, but sometimes she goes a bit too far. She's the kind of person who might do little things that bother you on purpose, making you feel like you're the one who's being unreasonable. You know, we all have someone like that in our lives, right? Unfortunately, for me, that someone is my mother-in-law. But I'm a bit different. I'm the kind of person who speaks up when something isn't right, and I don't hold back. I think that's why Hugo likes me. He's more quiet and gentle, and they say opposites attract, don't they? I've studied a bit of psychology, so I can tell when someone has not some nice intentions. I think our strong personalities clash, which might be why she said something not so nice the first time we met. Jenny, shouldn't you cut down on your food? Everyone at the table fell silent, shocked by the unexpected comment. I felt deeply embarrassed, my face turning pale with humiliation. The table included me, my boyfriend Hugo, my father-in-law Kyle, and Maria, Hugo's mother. Kyle seemed too taken aback to say anything, lowering his head in solidarity with my embarrassment. Hugo, feeling a mix of embarrassment and anger, promptly scolded his mother. Mom, seriously. That's a terrible thing to say. Jenny can eat whatever she likes. Oh, honey, I didn't mean to upset you. I just want what's best for you, you know. I've noticed you've gained some weight. Hugo showed me your old photos, and you looked so much better back then. I mean, not that you don't look good now, but I'm just trying to help. I tried to stay calm, not wanting to make a scene since it was my first time meeting the family and I really liked Hugo. Even though I was embarrassed and irritated, I didn't say anything back. I just smiled politely and thanked her for her advice. Unfortunately, situations like that kept happening more often as we spent more time together. I hoped the teasing would stop once Maria realized I was good for her son, but it only got worse. On the bright side, I was getting along well with my father-in-law, Kyle, who was incredibly kind. While I grew closer to everyone in Hugo's family, Maria seemed to be the only one who didn't like me, and it was hard to figure out why. I even met Jack, Hugo's childhood friend who was practically part of the family. Despite everyone else being welcoming, Maria remained the exception. I felt grateful for the love and support I received from the rest of Hugo's family. However, things took a turn on my wedding day. Maria seemed determined to make trouble and tried to undermine me at every turn. She insisted my hair should be styled a certain way, like hers was on her wedding day. No, I want my hair like this, not in an updo. Thanks for your suggestion, Maria. I disagree. You look really unattractive. The bridal party gasped, but I wasn't surprised. I'd gotten used to Maria's comments. She tried to backtrack quickly. Oh, darling, I just mean you could look better. And I see a bit of myself in Jenny. She's a bright young woman. Even though I looked better at her age, she's beautiful in her own way. My father-in-law managed to stop Maria's harsh comments that day, but the hurt lingered. It wasn't like me to stay quiet and let it go. This constant negativity was wearing me down, making me lose my usual energy. Fast forward 3 years to today. We were at Hugo's parents' house for dinner, including Jack, so it seemed important. She wanted to share something with us, and I suspected it wasn't just a random dinner plan. Turns out, I was right. It was a nice surprise, but things took a turn when my mother-in-law started making an announcement. She had everyone's attention as she pulled out a piece of paper. Hey, everyone, I have something important to share. Since my birthday is coming up, I wanted to let you all know about my special plans. I've decided we're going to Hawaii. She showed us the paper confirming the trip. Wow, that sounds amazing. What? That's fantastic, Jenny. Hawaii sounds like a dream. Oh wow, this is incredible news. I'm thrilled beyond words. Thank you so much, Mom. Actually, you're not coming. Wait, what? Honey, what do you mean? That wasn't the plan. I made some changes last minute and canceled her ticket to avoid extra charges. So my ticket was already purchased and she just canceled it. Why does she dislike me so much? Mom, what's going on? Jack and I stayed silent as the tension escalated and harsh words flew back and forth. Eventually, Maria reluctantly spoke up after being pressed for an explanation. Okay, fine. I'll tell you why I decided Jenny shouldn't come to this family event. As I'm getting older, I want to spend my time with the people I care about most. Unfortunately, Jenny isn't on that list. Seriously, Mom, that's so hurtful. There's nothing wrong with me. Don't disrespect me. I'm just saying, well, Jenny isn't technically family since she's not related by blood. By that logic, Jack shouldn't go either, right? He's not technically family, as you're saying. But we all know that's ridiculous. He's part of the family. And since Hugo and Jenny got married, she's family too. Well, Jack is different. He's our precious angel. He's always been here, but Jenny hasn't. That's why I'm not comfortable with her coming on the trip. It's my birthday, so I get to decide. Come on, Jenny, we're leaving now. No. When I firmly said no, it grabbed everyone's attention, including Maria's, who had been trying to hide a smile. But when I spoke up, her smile vanished. Maria, you've made it obvious from the start that you don't like me. I've put up with your behavior for 3 years. Do you really think we don't notice how you act? You're a narcissist. Watch your tone, young lady. You're in my house. And I won't be staying much longer. Actually, I'm leaving right now. But before I go, I need to say something. I looked at my husband, whose eyes were filled with anger as he stared at his mother. Sweetheart, I love you more than anything, and I've tried to make this work for so long. But it's clear now that your mother will never accept me into this family, no matter what I do. She'll always have a problem with me. You should go on this trip. It's important and you can't miss it. Despite how difficult your mother can be, she's still your mother, and you love her. So you should go. Don't worry about me. I'll be okay. Then I turned to my mother-in-law, whose mouth hung open in shock at my words. And as for you, I'm sorry to say, but I love your son, and I'm not going anywhere. You might try to push me away, but I'll always be here. Even when you're in Hawaii, you'll still be thinking about me because, let's be real, I think you're obsessed with me. How dare you? I should slap you right now. I'm not finished. You are obsessed with me. You're obsessed with tearing me down. And I can't understand why when I've only shown you kindness and patience, even when you didn't deserve it. But enough is enough. If you don't want me to go to Hawaii with you, fine. If you don't think I'm part of the family, fine. But I'll always be here. As long as I'm alive, I'll be here for Hugo, Kyle, and even Jack. But never for you. At that moment, I realized I finally silenced her. She stood there with her mouth hanging open, seemingly at a loss for words. For once, I'd managed to keep her quiet. I said my goodbyes to the rest of the family, gave my husband a kiss on the cheek, and headed towards the door. Let me drive you home at least. I can't let you take a cab. Please don't worry about me, honey. I love you and thank you for loving me, but I'll be fine. You have a trip to plan. All right, if you say you'll be okay, I'll trust you. Oh, don't forget your purse. Ah, my purse. I left it in the kitchen. Later on, Maria went into the kitchen, maybe to take a moment after the intense situation. After being confronted like that, I'd need a breather too. What do you want? Don't worry about me, honey. I'm just here to get my things. Well, hurry up. I want you out of my house. I can't believe you said those things to me. With that, she stormed out, too angry to even see me off. I rolled my eyes at her dramatics and reached for my purse. Next to it, I noticed a piece of paper with Maria's handwriting. I assumed it was the trip itinerary, feeling a bit bitter about not going. Curiosity got the better of me, so I grabbed it and started reading. Dear Jack, you've always been like a son to me, and I love you dearly. Oh, it's a letter to Jack. That's a bit unexpected, but I suppose it's nice. As I continued reading, my curiosity got the best of me. The love and care you've shown me over the years will never be forgotten. I hate to admit it, but even when it comes to my son Hugo, I feel like the love we once shared is fading. Wait, what? She loves Jack more than Hugo? That doesn't make sense. As I continued to read the letter, each line shocked me more than the last. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. There was so much to process, and although it wasn't right for me to read the letter, I'm grateful I did. After finishing it, I paced in the kitchen, trying to figure out what to do. Then it hit me. Everyone who needed to know about this letter was in the other room. It was time to act. I read the letter again to confirm I had seen. Yep, it was the same shocking content. I walked back into the dining room, where only 3 pairs of eyes met mine. Jenny, I'm so sorry for what Maria is putting you through. Don't worry, you're coming to Hawaii with us. She's just going through a rough patch, but I'll talk to her and make her change her mind. I don't know what's gotten into her lately, but I'll fix it, Kyle said. Kyle, please don't worry about me. I'm fine. Actually, I found something interesting that I need to share with everyone, especially Hugo. Hugo and Jack looked concerned. Hugo might have thought I was about to ask for a divorce. Whenever I complained about his mother, he'd agree and wonder how I put up with it. I always told him it was because I loved him too much to leave and that I'd go through anything for him. I noticed Maria wasn't here. Where is she? She needs to be part of this too. I mentioned earlier she seemed a bit off after your confrontation. She said she got a headache and wanted to rest upstairs. She won't be down for a while. You know how she is about her beauty sleep. I sighed, irritated by Maria's habits that inconvenience others. This is really important. She needs to be here. It's okay, Jenny. You can tell us, and we'll let her know when she wakes up. I hesitated, wanting Maria to hear this too. I think you should just tell us, honey. It's okay, and you know Hugo struggles with anxiety. It's not good to keep him waiting. That was true. Hugo's anxiety was noticeable, and I didn't want to add to it. Okay, fine. I'll show you what I found when I was in the kitchen getting ready to leave. It's something important that you all need to know about. I pulled out the paper and began to read. It says, "Dearest Jack, you've always been like a son to me, and I love you dearly. The love and care you've shown me won't be forgotten. But even when it comes to my son Hugo, I feel like our love isn't the same." What? What does this mean? As I continued reading, the words sent shockwaves through the room. Hugo, things between us just aren't the same anymore. And I think it's because of Jenny. Since he married her, he's drifted away from me. He doesn't love me anymore. And so I don't think I love him either. But you're my son, and I love you. I've decided to update my will so that you inherit everything, not Hugo. I know it might hurt him, but I don't care anymore. That Jenny girl is to blame. She's poisoned my feelings for him. I hope you understand. I didn't want to tell you in person because I couldn't bear to see the rejection on your face. I know you love Hugo like a brother, and you might not approve, but I don't care. Everything, the money, the house, the cars, even my businesses, they're all yours. If you want to talk about it more, call me. I love you forever, your second mom. When I finished reading, the room was filled with a mix of emotions. Kyle looked like he might cry, Jack was stunned, but Hugo looked furious, like he was ready to explode. I can't believe she said all that. Is she serious? She cut me out of her will just because of Jenny? She's gone mad. I'm speechless. This is too much. I'm done with her toxic behavior. What do we do now? In that moment, an idea struck me. 1 week passed, and it was time for the planned Hawaii trip. Maria woke up to find a note from her husband on her bedside table. "Good morning, beautiful. We decided to let you sleep in a bit longer. Don't worry, your bags are all packed. Just meet us at the airport." Maria quickly got ready and headed to the airport, searching anxiously for her family members. She tried calling them, but nobody picked up. Assuming they were already on the plane, she hurriedly boarded her flight, hoping to meet them in Hawaii. She endured the 12-hour flight, and once she landed, Maria video called Kyle. "Hello. Kyle, where are you guys? I woke up late and saw your note, which was cute if I hadn't slept in. I got to the airport and tried calling, but no one answered. I assumed you had already boarded, but now we're in Hawaii. How exciting. Where are you? Let's meet up and start the fun." "That won't be happening, Maria." "What do you mean? Where are you?" "I'm at home." "What?" "I'm at home. We're all at home. Say hi, everyone." Kyle showed Maria on his phone that they were all sitting at the dining table where they received the upsetting news a week ago. "What do you mean? Why are you at home?" "You see, Maria, Jenny shared some eye-opening information with us last week. Since then, we've decided we'd rather spend our time in Florida with her than anywhere else with you." Maria gasped. "You think I wouldn't find out?" "Find out what, dear?" "Oh, don't try to sweet-talk me. You were really planning to cut me out of the will, Mom." Hi, how did you even find out about that?" "That girl you despise, Jenny, found your letter in the kitchen." "I don't know what you're talking about. Maria, lying won't help." "Jack, you have to believe me. I didn't do anything like that. We all read the letter, Maria. It's over." But, I didn't do anything. Jenny is lying." "Oh, really? You're so pathetic. It's nauseating. We all know the truth. Thank goodness I found that letter." "Hugo, Kyle, please." "No, Maria, enough. You're done. You don't get to say anything. Your hatred blinded you, and now you have to face the consequences of being alone on your birthday because of your actions. Use this time to reflect. But I'll be alone. It won't be fun. Maybe people would want to hang out with you if you weren't so unpleasant. Enjoy." With that, Kyle ended the call. We all sighed with relief, and I couldn't help but start laughing. Hugo joined in, and soon we were all laughing at the absurdity of it all. Maria's shocked expression was priceless. Her face went pale, and I could see her embarrassment. We laughed at the dining table, relieved that the truth was out. Maria spent her vacation alone, desperately calling Kyle to join her to avoid canceling expensive reservations. However, Kyle refused, insisting on setting ground rules for their marriage upon her return. Maria's attitude changed drastically, becoming apologetic and frantic, surprising everyone. Hugo made it clear that Maria needed a major attitude adjustment to remain in his life or he'd leave her. He warned that any disrespect would result in him cutting ties. Jack realized he needed to stop enabling Maria's behavior by being overly nice. Maria's trip turned miserable, and she risked losing the most important people in her life. Her relationships with them became rocky, and she faced the challenge of change. I told Maria I needed time to forgive her, refusing to intervene on her behalf. Despite her apologies, Maria still tries to mend the broken relationships she caused. I hope she learned her lesson from this experience.